Summer of 1917. Europe is locked in the static, mechanized attrition of the First World War. For the soldiers in the trenches, the environment is defined by mud, relentless artillery, and a desperate need for any reminder of outside life. On the campus of Yale University, 3,000 miles away, a stray Boston Terrier mix is scavenging for food. He starts following a group of soldiers training on the football field, casually joining their drills. Private James Conroy takes a liking to the dog, sharing his rations and naming him Stubby. The unit quickly integrates him into their daily routine, teaching him to salute and letting him sleep in the barracks like one of the men. When the unit receives orders to deploy to France, Conroy refuses to leave the dog behind. He hides Stubby inside his heavy military overcoat and successfully carries him onto the transport ship. The commanding officer eventually discovers the stowaway and is prepared to discipline Conroy. However, Stubby's presence has such a clear effect on the men's morale that the officer relents, officially designating him the regiment's mascot. This unlikely pair is now headed for the front. A dog that began the year scavenging for scraps on a college campus is being thrust into the most lethal conflict in human history. In February 1918, Stubby experiences the horror of modern technology. A German chemical gas attack hits the American lines, nearly killing the dog. Stubby recovers from the exposure, but the experience leaves him with a biological advantage. He has perfectly memorized the specific, sharp scent of the gas. This memory turns Stubby into a localized early warning system. His canine sense of smell is far more sensitive than any human detection method available at the time, allowing him to smell an incoming cloud long before it reaches the trenches. When he catches the scent, he runs through the trench, biting at the soldiers' legs to wake them. These warnings give the men the seconds they need to secure their masks before the gas or artillery shells impact. In an environment where human awareness is limited by noise and exhaustion, Stubby's biological senses provided a layer of protection that saved lives in his unit. Stubby's time at the front is defined by constant exposure to danger. After surviving a grenade blast that leaves him with shrapnel wounds, he is sent to a field hospital. As soon as he is able to walk, he returns to the lines. He begins navigating the cratered wasteland between the trenches. In the dark, he uses his hearing to locate wounded American soldiers, pinned down in no man's land, barking until medics arrive to retrieve them. One night, Stubby detects a figure moving through the shadows near the American defenses. Stubby charges, biting the intruder's leg and dragging him down into the mud. He pins him in place until the American sentries can secure the prisoner, who turns out to be a German spy mapping the defenses. This capture leads to Stubby being nominated for the rank of sergeant. Local French women knit him a custom uniform to hold his growing collection of medals, including the Iron Cross taken from the spy he captured. By identifying and neutralizing a threat in the dark, Stubby proved he was an active combatant, cementing his reputation as a legitimate war hero. Stubby survived the war and returned to the United States as a celebrity. He participated in victory parades and eventually met 3 U.S. presidents during formal receptions. He spent his retirement at Georgetown Law School with Conroy. He remained a fixture of campus life, entertaining crowds at football games by pushing a ball across the field. By the onset of World War II, the military's relationship with animals entered a formal phase. While horses and pigeons had long been part of the infrastructure, units began enlisting larger animals for specialized logistical labor. In 1944, at the Battle of Monte Cassino, Polish artillery units faced a logistical nightmare. The terrain was so steep and destroyed that moving heavy mortar shells to the guns was physically exhausting for the men. They utilized Private Wojtek, an actual 500-pound Syrian brown bear. Wojtek would literally stand on his hind legs and carry 100-pound crates of live ammunition to the front lines, performing the work of multiple men without pausing for the sounds of nearby explosions. From pigeons like Cher Amin in the First World War to the decorated horse Reckless in Korea, animals were increasingly integrated into formal military structures to solve specific environmental challenges. The pressures of 20th century warfare forced soldiers to integrate animals directly into their operations. These creatures were no longer just camp companions, they were recognized as essential